What's up, everybody? Welcome to Let's Talk Physical Media Live. We do this every Wednesday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, welcome to Let's Talk Physical Media. It was a pretty busy news week, and this is the first show that we've done in about 2 weeks. I appreciate everyone showing back up. We should be back to this regular schedule for a while, but Wednesday happens to be Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve this year, so there probably won't be a show on Christmas Eve, but there will be a show on New Year's Eve. It might not be Let's Talk Physical Media, though. It might actually be a show with David and I, but then we'll move a show back till Sunday. So we're still working out the kinks for the end of the month, but regardless, Let's Talk Physical Media will be right here where it should be at Wednesdays at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. And let me know. Oh, chat looks like it's working. What's up, William? I appreciate you popping in here, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. And like I said, there was a very, very, very busy news week in the world of physical media. And then you add back everything from 2 weeks ago. So we got a lot to talk about. Arrow Video announced their February 2026 releases. Shout Factory did the same thing. We also got some rumors, nothing really confirmed on some Kino Lorber stuff. We got some new Kino stuff confirmed today. So what's up, Mr. Smelly Potato? Thanks for popping in here, buddy. Hopefully the audio sounds all nice and crisp. Didn't really get to test it. Kind of just got home from work not too long ago, so kind of a difference of scenarios there. Just because of the holiday and everything, my schedule got a little messed up, but should be, like I said, back to normal. Just the holidays and everything, kind of everything changes. But where to begin as far as the news? Well, this is what was on the thumbnail: Mississippi Burning coming to 4K Blu-ray. Now, this rumor pops up every now and again, every few months, and I don't know if it's coming. It's always a very easy rumor to put out there because Kino Lorber did Mississippi Burning's previous Blu-ray release, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did a 4K Blu-ray release upgrade. I hope so. I love Mississippi Burning. It's actually one of my favorite movies of the 1980s. Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe have great chemistry in that movie. Just absolutely. I've always loved it, and I think it's a phenomenal film. What's up, buddy? Cowabunga, dude. How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in here. I always love the thumbnail picture of you. That kind of looks like me a little bit. Well, I mean, obviously, it's not you. It's a claymation. But very excited for Mississippi Burning to hopefully, this is, like I said, not confirmed. And just before the show, I saw today confirmed Kino Lorber was talking about some releases such as Ray, which is official now for 4K release in February. That's pretty cool. Jamie Foxx won his Academy Award for that. That came out in that mid-2000s time when we were getting a lot of these biographical films about musical artists of the past. Like, I think the year after that was Johnny Cash's one, Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix. And many people always said that Joaquin Phoenix got gypped just because they couldn't award like the same kind of performance 2 years in a row. But, they made it up to him for Joker. They're always making it up. That's the problem with them. What's up, Ben Rondo? Thanks for popping in here, buddy. That is our channel producer. And we also will have our giveaways today. We'll have our digital code giveaways. We'll spin that magic wheel 4 times. And then we will have our physical media giveaway for our channel members. I might sound a little bit off today as well because I'm a little under the weather. Started getting a cold this morning, but hopefully the hot coffee helps clear up, everything. But, the show must go on, as they say, no matter what. Let's see what else we got in here as far as news goes, because I don't want to bounce around. So, yeah, like I said, Shout Factory. Speaking of which, adding more to the Hong Kong cinema classics. Prison on Fire 1 and 2. Now, these are movies I have not seen. If you guys have been paying attention to some of the other videos and some of the reviews, I did reviews for Hard Boiled and The Killer, and I also will have a review this weekend for the Better Tomorrow trilogy 1, 2, and 3 from same thing, Hong Kong cinema classics through Shout Factory. So that'll have be coming out sometime pretty soon. What's up, Shamrock Balls, David? What's up, man? Thanks for popping in here, buddy. That is the co-host of the Let's Talk Movies podcast with me. Yeah, I mean, I know it's late there where you are in Ireland, but right here it's not too late. It's right now 6:49 p.m. Eastern time. Here where I am, the weather is cold, very, very cold, very, very frustratingly cold. What's up, Mark's Movie Menu? Thanks for popping in here, buddy. Getting ready for bed. I would assume so. So I will put you to bed with my soothing voice and the Rain on the outside, blending in and soothing your ears. Nikki 51 Mississippi Burning is currently available in 4K from Cape Light Germany. Hopefully, gets a US release. Yes, that is true. And I have actually never bought anything from Cape Light, even though I know they've done some good 4K Blu-ray releases. I just hope that it gets a US release at some point. You would think with the scans done, it would just be a simple no-brainer, but it doesn't always work out that way. And, unfortunately, again, as I always like to say, the people who lose out are the consumers, which are, of course, us. Aaron Click, what's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in here. I was in the office today and the heating was broke. That's absolutely awful. So you must have had a very miserable day. So the one day you go back to the office and, of course, they don't got the heat on. Isn't that a bitch? That's always how it works out, though. The world we live in. I don't know how people used to do it. You're not kidding when you say it's cold. It's cold here too. It's freezing. It's like a cold front everywhere. You're no Adrian Barbeau from the Fox from the Fog, John. No, you don't think so? I got to change my voice a little bit. The weather, it's cold outside. We got fog rolling in up from the north. If you look out your window, you'll see the clouds. You'll see the northern lights. I don't know if I can do it, but I'd like to think I could. I'm no Picasso, but do you like it? So back to this Prison on Fire 1 and 2. You'll have to tell me if this is a good film or not. I'm trying to clean up on those Hong Kong cinema classics. I'm falling in love with a genre I never knew I loved. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that also brings us to Wrath of Man. Now, this is a very underrated 4K Blu-ray itself, and also a very underrated film, a Guy Ritchie film from a few years ago. This was when, Jason Statham likes to put out one action film each and every single year to make sure you know that he's the modern-day action star. Wrath of Man, though, I think is one of those more above-average films. I would even say this is a very good film, and I would recommend anyone seeing it. It's not your standard Guy Ritchie film, too. It's a great heist movie. It's got a pretty clever written screenplay, and I'd recommend it. This is just a re-release, though, of course, so if you were hoping for anything new, you're not going to get that here. This is just the same 4K Blu-ray that had been previously released by Shout, so don't expect anything new. I had to get Snowblower this morning. Ugh! I have to really actually go out there. That was not working last year. And the problem is because I got the snowblower and it was at a time when it was snowing just absolutely every single week at that point here on Long Island. And then ever since then, we've had like at least 2 winters in a row where it's like barely snowed to even justify the snowblower. So when I tried running it, because I'm an idiot and I didn't, set it up for the winter season, I didn't set it up for the long nap. And, now it's not starting, and that's my own fault. So hopefully I can get that going. If not, you know what? I got the shovel. The shovel worked just fine. I'm no Barbeau, but do you like it? That's perfect, David. As always, buddy. We'll have to save that for a little bit later. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so let's go back through here. One of the other Hong Kong cinema classics, The Big Heat. Another one people will have to tell me if it's good or not, but I just love that these are coming to 4K Blu-ray here in the United States finally. These are movies, again, like I have only seen The Killer and Hard Boiled before this. Like I had never seen City on Fire. None of the other John Woo films. I never saw this movie. So these are things that some blank spots that I'm trying to fill right now. Rico, go. Be sure you use the curved shovel. The one that doesn't kill my back. I feel like you have to switch between the shovels. Hi there. Sorry, my dogs wanted to pop in here and just, I don't know, say. Okay, they could stay if they stay in here. It's their house too. I don't know why that ain't working. See, my dogs, guys. I'm sorry. They just wanted to pop in and say hi. Let's see what else is in the news, guys. Continuing on, because the show, as they say, must go on. And we got to look at the Nightcrawler Steelbook. This is a very good film. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure people are excited about this one. This I remember, did this go in theaters, guys, or was this something that went directly to Prime? I don't remember. The whole COVID thing, kind of screwed up the schedule. But I always thought Nightcrawler was a very good film. Jake Gyllenhaal. That was probably his best performance. I don't know if it's my favorite performance from him, but I really think that he's the perfect guy to play like this, just like swarmy, Weasley kind of character that, the way he looks, he looks just fake in general. And that's kind of just what he's portraying in this movie. Just the absolute worst. And yeah, it's coming out in a steelbook. Now, I didn't see anything about a standard edition, but I imagine it will have a standard edition. Why wouldn't it? It's a very good film, in my opinion. just got a Better Tomorrow trilogy delivered on Monday. I hope you enjoy it, man. I banged through all three of those movies. I think mine came on Monday as well. I banged through all of them. I watched one Monday night, and then Tuesday morning I watched 2 and 3. So I really enjoyed them. It was just I crammed them all. Um, I hope the reviews good because like I've never seen these movies before, so this was all one time. And these are very much like melodramas as well as like these big time action films. I love the way they combine that, and they're a little bit more. I don't know if you're like me, Mark, where I don't know if you've seen it before or not. I did never saw the Better Tomorrow movies, so like when I was watching them, um, it was all new to me. But after seeing Hard Boil and The Killer first, like it's like kind of going back in time, and like it's like everything was perfected by the time you got to Hard Boiled, and it's like it's gonna be really hard to top it, even though like the score is still great. Like everything he's doing in the Better Tomorrow movies are great, but it's just like it's hard to top those. John Doe Juggalo, what's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in here, man. John Doe Juggalo also has a great YouTube channel. Jeff's also just an all-around great guy, so make sure you guys head over there. Let's see what else we got going on. Is that it for so this was very interesting to me. Child's Play 2 getting a 4K Steelbook release. Now, again, I'm not a big fan of these re-releases. Like, I like it when they give you the option right away, not come out with the Steelbook option sometime down the line. But that's not standard practice anymore, unfortunately. So this is coming out. I might have read that this is an Amazon exclusive, kind of like how they just did with the Halloween movies on 4K Steelbook. Like we've talked about in the past, how Steelbooks just sell better here in the United States, and these did have standard editions. It's weird that it's just Child's Play 2. I didn't see anything about Child's Play 1 or 3 or Bride of Chucky. Like who knows? Maybe they're spreading them out. I do think Child's Play 2 is right up there with Bride of Chucky, though, as far as the best in the entire franchise. Let's see if we had anything else. Death Stalker. So this is a movie that I actually wanted to see in theaters and review, but it was very difficult to actually do that. It was never in a theater near me. I think the closest one was in the city, and it was like a one-time showing. It was pretty ridiculous, actually. And it's weird because this is a remake of a pretty beloved franchise. Deathstalker 1 and 2, I actually watched for the first time because of a channel, and I'm going to do a review for him, for a channel subscriber, channel member, Uncle V. And I watched them, and they're a lot of fun, those movies, like Sword and Sorcerer, Sword and Sandal kind of movies from the 1980s. They're fun, and it's weird. It's got a remake, and the reviews were good. It's just no one could see it. So this will be the first time that I think a lot of people actually get their eyes on it. I'm sure it has a streaming release coming up as well, but it's only getting a Blu-ray release, so that's a little bit disappointing. Again, just showing that they don't have faith in this movie, which is weird, again, because why would you go through all this effort to get the rights if you're going to give it like a half-ass release? But I'm not in charge over there, so what the hell do I know? Maybe this just won't sell well. I hope they put out some standard editions of these Hong Kong films. I don't feel like dropping $50 a piece for them. No, I absolutely get that. Although the Better Tomorrow movies are still on sale right now on Amazon for $63, and that's a pretty damn good price. That's only just above $20 per 4K, so that's not a bad price for the Better Tomorrow movies. And like I said, it's the exact same quality as a Hard Boiled and The Killer as far as the 4K discs and everything they do. They're pretty much like they have like a template for all of these releases, and they're just following some 4K to 4K. So you're getting 3 quality 4Ks essentially for, like you said, the same price as like what they're charging for The Killer and Hard Boiled, which is ridiculous. And they have people bent over a barrel because they know that the demand is very high, and the demand is not as high for the Better Tomorrow movies. So if you can get it right now, it's actually at a very low price. 3 stinks. Oh, I know, Scotty. I know. I thought Friday was getting the 4K. What happened? So, yeah, remember at the beginning of the year where that poster leaked about everything that we were going to get on 4K Blu-ray from Warner Brothers through 2025? And at the beginning of the year, they were nailing it. And then kind of throughout the rest of the year, we started to see some misses on that. And the big one, for me, too, was Friday. And I truly believe that's just because, again, comedies just always get the shaft. And Friday is a movie that really needs an upgrade, even if it's not the 4K. Because, again, on Blu-ray, all we have is that shitty director's cut. And they were doing that during the Blu-ray era, and I don't know why, but they were just putting out the director's cut and not the theatrical cuts. People don't necessarily love the director's cuts. They just assume you love the director's cut because the director is an assumption to everybody saying that this is the definitive cut, which also is not always the case. They just really like putting in deleted scenes, kind of re-editing. Friday ruins the kitchen scene right at the beginning. I absolutely hate that. So I thought we were getting that on 4K Blu-ray as well. I heard Arrow might be putting out the Hong Kong films. They are actually. They're put. I think City on Fire comes out from them this month, for their version. So like they're doing the UK release. So yeah, if you didn't get the US releases of these, you can get the UK versions as well because they're. I think there was some kind of partnership, not necessarily like doing individual rights, where there's actually a partnership between Arrow and Shout. With these, so that I imagine that they should have the same extras, the same scans, and everything. But who the hell knows for sure? I'm sure somebody does. Yeah, house party delay. Criterion messed up somewhere. I'm not too sure exactly even what the reason was for that delay, but yeah, coming out at the end of January. At the end of January, we're getting both that and we're getting Birth, which I'm really excited about as well. So the end of January is actually looking pretty good for Criterion. And Birth is the perfect end of January film in tone, at least in my opinion. Feels so New York at the end of January. Perfect. William Driver, Shout licensed the Hong Kong title. So yeah, so that's what I thought. So they're like licensing them out so the UK can get them. Here in the US, we get the Shout Factory versions, and you can go either way. Obviously, you could just import the Arrow versions if you missed out on the Shout ones. I actually like the City on Fire. I like how the Arrow version looks, but since I've already bought every other one from Shout, I might as well keep them uniform. I love having all the John Woo films in in a row, and they're nice, big, thick, hard casings, like the Arrow ripoff hard casings. I absolutely love it. So excited about that. So I can always recommend those movies, guys. I think we're gonna be going through that. So yeah, again about Deathstalker. So this is on probably nobody's radar because I guess nobody even really knows about this release. And again, disappointing. So hopefully, I'm going to grab the Blu-ray more than likely. It's coming out in February. Let's see. I tried to get the hard-boiled chunky box too late, but I was able to order the Killer, so I'm stoked. All right. I mean, you're going to love the Killer, Ben. I did love hard-boiled, but the Killer is also really fantastic. I actually really want to go back to the Killer after watching the Better Tomorrow movies because you really appreciate it. Because one thing that's fascinating is that the Killer came out in this exact same year as A Better Tomorrow 3, which is funny because that's kind of where the producer and John Woo had a falling out, and the producer went on to direct A Better Tomorrow 3, while John Woo went on to do The Killer instead. And I think The Killer is a better film than A Better Tomorrow 3, in my opinion. A Better Tomorrow 3 is the worst of the Better Tomorrow movies, in my opinion. Again, of course, everyone could feel different. That's how the world works. So far, I've got the whole line from Shout, not getting the Arrow one. City on Fire is the exact same from what I see. And yeah, that's exactly what I expected. And I really want to see City on Fire. I mean, Chow Yun-Fat, man, what a star! Like, he's just such a badass. Like, just doing things in slow motion. I was, you got to try and fit the entire trilogy into a review, so I didn't get to bring up like little parts, but like in A Better Tomorrow, when it's just in the parking garage, walking in slow motion, all messed up, and he's got the thing over his eye. And he's got the gun and his hair is blowing in the wind. It's just such a badass, cool ass shot. Like you can't. I wish people did that. Have you seen The Wood from Omar Epps and Sanalante Lahat? I'm sure I'm pronouncing it. Sweet coming of age movie. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a Blu-ray release, only DVD. No, I haven't, but I would have to add that. I bet you my wife saw that though. I would actually have to really check that out. Sounds like something. City on Fire is pretty damn good. So, you're just selling me on it, William. Seems like City on Fire is an easier one to get. John Woo really sells. Like, I mean, I like Hard Boiled is like a movie that I can't believe how good that movie is. I was blown away when I saw that. Like, that's like a movie experience like that I haven't had in a long time. Like where it's just like your heart's pounding the whole time. Like, you're like, this is what cinema is all about. And Hard Boiled like really hits that. So hopefully if City on Fire can get close to that, I'll be very, very, very happy. I'm sure I'll get it at some point, but I cannot get it at this point. I have to be better. That's what we're learning. We're learning that we have to be better at not spending all of our money on things. So Arrow Video. This was a big one. They announced their February releases. Let's see what Mark said first. I'm dying for John Woo's A Bullet in the Head, but waiting to see what Arrow does with it. Okay. So I already pre-ordered Bullet in the Head, and I hope I said that right in the review. I don't remember. Bullet in the Head and Once a Thief. They're both coming out in January. I ordered them together through Atomic Movie Store, so I have them both coming out. Coming sometime in January, so I'll get those reviews out. Those will both be first-time watches for me as well. I'm very excited about them, but again, we'll have to wait and see. The hospital scene is insane. It's one of the best scenes in film history, and it's crazy because the opening scene in Hard Boiled is probably my favorite scene in the movie. So it's just really, it's incredible. I really want a Mortal Kombat VSU by Vinegar Syndrome. Like, I think we might get Mortal Kombat, like 95's Mortal Kombat, if anything, from Arrow Video, because that's New Line Cinema, and as we've seen, like Spawn, like has come out from them, The Mask. That's all New Line Cinema stuff, and so's Mortal Kombat, right from the same era that they've been doing these releases, like 94, 95, 97, 98. So I imagine that we probably will get Mortal Kombat sometime down the line. We'll have to wait and see. But I that's a pretty good prediction. I think that's something that could be on the horizon for sometime in 2026 from Arrow Video. Just like right here, we're talking Arrow Video for 2026. Movies I haven't seen, like Yakuza, American Yakuza, that's coming out. The Visitor on 4K. The Santa co-option. I don't know what the hell that says. But yeah, the big ones I think are the Curse of the Green Planet, Westworld, and then of what the hell's that say? I'm sorry. Excalibur on 4K Blu-ray. Like, those are all probably the big ones. We'll go through them all individually in a second, though, see like what we're excited about. Westworld's probably what I'm going to absolutely be getting in February. Westworld also has that TV series that I watched the first 2 seasons of, and then I kind of fell off, unfortunately. The first season I thought was fantastic. The movie itself from the 1970s is, starring Hugh Brenner, this is also a great movie. I'm really glad to see this getting the 4K Blu-ray treatment. You know, it's about this amusement park where they have robots playing people in the Old West. So you get to go there and kind of, honestly, it's a fantasy of mine. I've always been fascinated with the Old West. I love Westerns. I love Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2. So Westworld is something that's always been right up my alley. This should look phenomenal on 4K Blu-ray. And also Arrow Video has always focused on these classic 1970s, early 1980s sci-fi films like Westworld. We just saw Outland come out last month from them. Very similar tone, in my opinion. So I'm very excited to see that come into 4K. Waiting patiently for The Rock in 4K. What's the deal with that one? I was thinking about that and Con Air from the same era. Con Air got a 4K Blu-ray, like they showed it. Like, I don't understand what happened. Like, Disney apparently did that, Disney 20th Century, you know, that whole thing. They showed it. They like had the screening of Con Air on 4K Blu-ray. I assumed that it would be out in either November or December. That it's come and gone and no announcement. So I really don't know what's up with Con Air. Are they waiting for an anniversary? So is that like something that's in 2027? I can't imagine that, but who the hell knows for sure? I don't know. But The Rock is the same thing from the same era, same studio. I don't know when that's going to be coming to 4K Blu-ray. Like, it's got to come at some point. Like, that's Michael Bay's, one of his best films. Like, luckily we got Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2 because those were Sony films. So we've always gotten his Sony films on 4K. Some of his Netflix films, though, we haven't. So we'll have but The Rock, how do we not have The Rock on 4K Blu-ray? The Blu-ray is pretty decent. I haven't watched it in a while. You know, but the winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Sean Connery is great. Got Westworld on Blu-ray. Not sure if I need an Arrow treatment version. LOL. See, I don't have it on 4K or Blue. I mean, I don't have it on Blu-ray or anything, and I haven't seen it in years. I remember it being very good. I hope I'm not disappointed and remembering it wrong, and I hope that the TV show didn't taint my view of Westworld. That could happen. It has happened in the past with other things. Westworld is a must for any Terminator fan. Absolutely. Exactly. The same kind of, I mean, you know, obviously not the same thing. It's not a one for one. Where's Salem's Lot? Like, they've been hinting at Salem's Lot Arrow Video for like a year. It's like Keanu Lorber and like all their announcements. They announced like, we're working on this like 3 years ago. And then it's like, are you still working on it? And then like they put out that little teaser, and it's like, so now we're not getting it in January and February. So what's that? So maybe March? Who the hell knows? We'll have to wait and see. I hope we get it pretty soon. I love Salem's Lot, one of Tobe Hooper's best. I must have Save the Green Planet, but I'm afraid to get the UK if Arrow is doing US release of it. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one as well. Is that only a UK release? Curse of the Green Planet? Yeah, I didn't even catch that. Thank you. That is actually a little bit disappointing in my opinion. I thought that was a US release as well. Oh, and okay, let me just double check. Westworld is all three, the big three, UK, US, Canada. Same thing with Excalibur, US, UK, Canada. But unfortunately, I thought that Curse of the Green Panther, I might just have to buy that through Atomic then, but who knows then what the US release would be? Would that be Kino? Probably Kino, right? That's the movie for anyone who saw Begonia this year. The one starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, which I actually have a review on the channel, guys. If you guys saw that film, this is basically a U.S. remake of that film. It's not a one for one, though, from what I understand, but it's a pretty loose retelling of it. I would like to check that out. What's up, Eli? Thanks for popping in here, buddy. Eli Cortez, thanks for popping in. Yeah, the Terminator is just a Westworld ripoff. Westworld's the superior movie. I sense sarcasm, or at least it better be sarcasm, because how dare you? Is all I'll say to that. Nothing is better than the Terminator, at least yet. One day, you never know. So here's Excalibur on 4K. So this is really getting the special treatment. Excalibur, haven't seen it in years, but I gotta admit, I'm pretty excited about this. It's no Conan the Barbarian or Conan the Destroyer. That's probably better than Destroyer, but it won't be better than Barbarian. He has the crying face. Yeah, I know what you're saying, buddy. I know what you're saying. Don't forget to slash the like button and sub to this awesome channel. As always, Eli, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate that, buddy. I thank everybody for stopping in here and hanging out with me. How do you guys feel about Excalibur? I know this is one that people have been waiting a long time for, and the artwork to me is beautiful. 3-disc set. Looks like all the lobby cards, posters. I just like what they did. Very much actually similar as far as artwork goes to what they did with Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer, which is one of Arrow's best releases. And because it came out in January, I'm kind of getting like that pull to watch Barbarian again. It's been a long time, and I would really like to see that gigantic set of stairs again in 4K, and just James Earl Jones doing James Earl Jones thing, and Arnold, punching a camel. Yeah, he punched a camel. This interests me. You sound like Mr. Smithers in the way you say that. Like, this interests me. Hopefully, Smithers. I'm probably getting it wrong though. So anyway, continuing. Also coming out. This is a film that I have never ever seen. So I'm. What's that even called? The Lead Opera Blues. You'd have to tell me. I've never seen this one, guys. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. The Santa Collection. This is another one I've never seen. This seems like something that Frank from Frank's Medium Reviews would have seen, and it probably is very interested in this if I had to guess. Have you done a Hitchcock movie ranking video? Paul Bell said. No, I haven't. Would you guys be interested in that? Because I would love to do that. I feel like though that's something I can't do without David, aka Shamrock Balls, because I know he's a big Hitchcock fan. Maybe do a top 10 Hitchcock movies. I always would love to do that. Hitchcock's obviously one of the greatest directors of all time and has a huge filmography. Like to do a worst to first on this entire filmography, I would love to do that. It's obviously easier to do like a Stanley Kubrick one where there's like 13, but I would love to do it. I still have Excalibur on HD DVD. My God, leaning towards getting the 4K. I think it might be time, Sergeant Poggy Bait, to actually upgrade to the 4K Blu-ray. I appreciate someone hanging on to that HD DVD though. Those HD DVD players back in the day were absolutely awesome. Attached to the Xbox 360. They just lost out the Blu-ray. That would be a good one, John. David, write that down. Put it on the schedule at some point. The keeper of the list. There are so many to choose from. That's the thing. Like, there's even the great ones. And I've always been like a big fan of Rope, and I feel like nobody ever gives Rope the love it deserves. And I don't get it because like it's a great film, and like the way that he was going for that Wonder look and how he sneaks himself in the background, and things that they had to sneak in there to stay ahead of the code. Always thought Rope was a very light, just like Lifeboat, like like they could be just plays, but like the way that Alfred Hitchcock actually makes them feel for the cinema still works very much. Obviously when it comes to Rope, he still shot it like in the unique like Technicolor look of the time. I don't know if it was VistaVision. I don't think it was VistaVision, but I know that they had to keep changing the film out, and that's why they had to sneak things in. Oh, okay. Here we go. He currently has the rights to Save the Green Planet. The current DVD is out of print. So look at that. So more than likely, you'll get a Kino Lorber 4K Blu-ray release of Save the Green Planet. Now, as we've seen, this shouldn't happen because it's the reverse. So sometimes Kino Lorber will put out a 4K Blu-ray release, such as The Silence of the Lambs, and then Arrow Video will put out their version of The Silence of the Lambs on 4K Blu-ray, and it's a much superior version, in my opinion. And I think I've seen every version of Silence of the Lambs at this point, so I think I can honestly say that's the 4K Blu-ray is the best one. I love a top 10 Hitch. I would love to do it, Mark's Movie Menu. I think we're gonna have to do that one. I would love to also just go down a rabbit hole watching just so many Alfred Hitchcock movies. It's such a great marathon to do. I need to give the original Westworld movie another shot. I actually prefer season one of the TV show since I thought it did the story better. See, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I really love the tone of that first season on HBO. I think they nailed it. And honestly, stretching out that story over a whole season is perfect. And they ended it perfectly. And I knew it was going to be difficult because it's just like anything. Like when you're working off source material, and people like that source material, it just carries over so much better. And when they're redoing it like that and stretching it out and like being able to expand on things, obviously we have modern technology. So like those cost a lot of money. I remember reading the reviews and like how much it costs to do like each episode of that. And it was just hard to sustain it. And it just like ended on such a whimper. And I think it's even hard to stream now. I don't know if they fixed that. But I remember it was like not even on HBO, despite it being an HBO show. Like that was one of their tax write-offs, and it's like they were like ashamed of it, like the great shame that was Westworld, and never understood that. Like, be proud, like be proud of your town, like John Candy says. American Yakuza. So I don't know really too much about this one. So this is one that again you guys would have to explain to me, unfortunately. I'd agree. I need to rewatch a lot of Hitchcock. Do you think we could watch his 109 movies? LOL. Yeah, I think we could. I think we could, David. If we start now, we could probably, with everything else in our lives, we could probably do that list in February 28th. Good thing I've actually watched a good amount of his movies over the decades of my life because, like, you kind of hear about Hitchcock at the very beginning of, like, if you really love movies, like, that's, you got to watch Hitchcock and, go down the list of movies. So, like, and then you see some in school and you're like, do I have to go back to that? Probably not. You have your favorites, the Psychos of the world. So, like, I know where David would probably rank Psycho, but still, last time I go. Yeah. Yeah. So American Yakuza, maybe. The Visitor. Now, this is another one. Like, this one has me very intrigued. Love They Know We Are Here. I love the artwork on this. So this one actually has me. I feel like I've seen The Visitor. Who knows though? I think I might have. The last time I saw Westworld was on a streaming service was Tubi after it left HBO Max. Wow. So I do remember that and going to Tubi. So I was watching it as it was actually coming out because that was like HBO's like Sunday night show for a while. You know how they always like to put their big show that they're pushing in the Sunday night slot. Like right now it was The Chair Company. And I'll admit I actually canceled HBO Max because I really was holding on to it for the Criterion channel. And I just said, fuck it, because it was like half the price. I just got the Criterion channel. And now I don't have HBO Max anymore. And I don't really miss it because I still haven't had any reason to go back. But The Visitor, interesting. Very excited to see that coming to 4K. All right, we already talked about this. So here's Curse of the Green Planets. Cover art. I like that. I think it looks pretty damn good. That's the Westworld 4K as well. Nightcrawler, we already talked about that. We'll do that in a second as well. I just want to see if we hit everything or not. I don't think we hit everything. So yeah, Curse of the Green Planet. Here's some more artwork of that. I like this. I like the regular movie poster. I think that works well. The smiling guy. I guess that's right from the original movie poster. Again, I've never even heard of this film until recently, so I'm pretty interested to see that because I really did like Begonia. Yeah, so looks like we covered all the big stuff. So we're gonna actually go right now and we're gonna do the digital code giveaway. So like I told you guys, we weren't here last week, so I figured I'd spin the wheel 4 times. I'll ramble on so you're not bored while I talk about it. But these are the digital codes that are up for grabs, and a lot of these are donations. So I just want to make sure that I shout out the people like Scotty Guns, Emmanuel, Mr. Smelly Potato, Mellow Fellow, all the big ones for donating these digital codes so we can do this digital code giveaway because I do not get enough codes to do this myself. So these are all up. A lot of them are donations. Rogue 1677. So we'll share this. We're going to remove this and we will share this and then we'll spin that wheel, guys. Let's see. If you guys make sure you're on there, we'll shuffle this up. Actually, this is the members wheel, so we're actually sharing the wrong one. So this is for our members giveaway. So actually, we'll do that first, and I'll 4Ks. So this is for our channel members. So this one is for more if you are a producer in the channel members earn a higher. So if you're a producer, director, or channel bankroll member, your name is on this wheel and you are in our physical media giveaway. And I'll show you guys that stack in a second here. Oh, Rogue One's here actually. Thank you, buddy, for doing that. I appreciate it. Wow, who's gonna win this one? Actually, so this isn't a digital code giveaway. What am I saying? Huh. All right, hold on a second. A little technical difficulties here because it looks like. All right, so this is the digital code giveaway wheel. The members giveaway wheel was spinning on its own in the background. So, okay, you guys hear it? Very weird. Okay, this is the digital code giveaway wheel. We'll do this 4 times. This is the one we do every single week, and then I'll do the members wheel in a second. Sorry about the loud drum roll. I'm actually going to mute that on my end. It's very annoying. I hope you guys can still hear it. And it looks like Acres of Movies is going to win code number 1. So that's 1 digital code. Remove you and spin again. And also, guys, we're going to do some kind of Christmas giveaway here on the channel because Mr. Smelly Potato sent me a box of Blu-rays. I don't know if there's any 4K Blu-rays. I have to go through them all. And I'm going to throw some movies in there as well. So not this Wednesday, so not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. We'll do a giveaway for that as well in honor of Christmas and Mr. Smelly Potato donating those movies. So that's that's actually our channel. That's a channel director right there. That's Nicholas Head. Congratulations, Nicholas Head. You are our 2nd digital code giveaway winner. Now we'll do giveaway winner number 3. And again, Rogue One, thank you so much for donating. And then I think what we'll do is we'll go through the calendar in the upcoming months and we'll talk about what 4K Blu-rays are coming out. Let's see who's going to win digital code number 3. Oh, you hear that? I sound like Oprah. Oh, wow, that's on the line. That's crazy. Okay, you guys can both get one. So Unknown Seeker, you as well. But we'll go Michael Bad Boy 29 and Unknown Seeker. So those are the 4. Because that's like right on the line. So you see that, Michael. Everyone loves a bad boy. So Michael Bad Boy, congratulations. And of course, Unknown Seeker. So those are our 4 digital code giveaway winners. I'll show you guys the codes again. Or you get the hose again. So this is them as well. That's codes page 1, and that's codes page 2. Reach out to me. The best way and the easiest way is always letstalkentmt@gmail.com. Letstalkentmt@gmail.com. I feel like I'm a game show host. Or, of course, I do have Facebook, Instagram, and the artist formerly known as Twitter, which is now X, and you can direct message me on those. I don't really post on them much, but you can always DM me on there. And as long as the other winners didn't get it, then, it goes in order of who sends in the email or Instagram or whatever. I always time code it, so it's fair. And you let me know which of those digital codes you want. So now let's, we got to remove this. Stop screen. And now we'll do the members giveaway. All right. All right. So it appears that I screwed up on the last time. So hopefully I do it right this time. And yes, okay, so those are all our channel members, and all these people deserve a very special thank you because without these people, the lights wouldn't be on here in Let's Talk Entertainment Media headquarters. So let's spin this magic wheel, and you guys have your choice of physical media. Thank you, John. Yes, no problem. Unknown Seeker, thanks for your long-time support. Another person who's been here since the beginning of time of Let's Talk Entertainment Media, probably Matt was still around. Looks like Frank's gonna win. So Frank from Frank's Media and Reviews. So if Frank's not even in here right now, I will just send him the stack and what it looks like. But let me find the picture to actually at least show you guys or show what Frank has. So Frank, you have the options of 2012 on 4K Blu-ray, Night of the Comet on 4K Blu-ray, Nightmare Alley, Shape of Water, all on 4K Blu-ray. Those are the Disney Buena Vista ones. The Ring on 4K Steelbook, Rope, which I was just talking about, phenomenal Alfred Hitchcock film on 4K. Color Out of Space, Batman, the animated Batman film, the Lego Batman movie, Pulp Fiction on 4K Blu-ray, What Lies Beneath, and Nightmare on Elm Street. So congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. I was so close. I know. You were right there, Jeff. You were right there. Congrats, Frank. Frank's always a great guy. Thank you. If you would you be thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Ben Ron. You're already such a supporter. I appreciate the $5. Thanks, man. John, if you were a director, what would be your go-to genre as a director? I always said that if I could direct one genre, it would probably be a sci-fi film. I think there's a lot you can do with a low budget in a sci-fi film. Some of the best films I ever saw are low budget sci-fi films, and I think there's a lot you can do. And I've always been interested in science fiction, like like an alternate reality, a dystopian future. So I think I would always go that route. I would always want to make a comedy, but I feel like comedy is the hardest thing to do. Everyone finds everything different. It's also in the world today that's like walking in landmines and everything. So I don't know if I could ever direct a comedy. Action would be fun. I don't think I got the vision for it though. I would love to do a drama. I think I would be able to do that, but I really think that the best place, like if I was like a first time director, I think you start in sci-fi. Like I said, you can do the most with a low budget. You can have a lot of fun with that. You can you could play with people's imaginations. You can get a lot of coverage because, you don't have to sometimes a lot of stuff can be unseen and people's imagination can do a lot of the work. And I think that would be the funnest place. I always imagined one day being a director, but I think I would definitely do sci-fi. And thank you again, Ben Rondo. I really appreciate that, buddy. That really was nice of you. Yeah, congrats, Frank. And yeah, Frank, always the great guy. Like I said, I'll reach out to him, let him know. Let's remove this, and I'll open up Blu-ray.com, and we'll look at what's going on, out there right now as far as in the schedule, because we are, in the early parts of December, so we can kind of run the gamut of what's coming out and what you guys are getting and what I'll be getting. Let's see. Oh, right up top. So. All right, let me share the screen with you guys. You, the people, the good people here who are hanging out with me today, and I appreciate that. Share screen, Blu-ray.com. It's very hard to make this entertaining. So you guys can see this, and right on top, you can see some sales, which are always cool. I appreciate them doing that, by the way. Boogie Nights down to $25, so that's what I'll be getting it for on Amazon.com. Black Hawk Down, which I don't know if you guys saw. Quentin Tarantino said that that's the best film of the 21st century. And I don't know also if you guys heard him just shred Paul Dano and say that he's the worst actor with a SAG card. Said that his performance in There Will Be Blood prevented There Will Be Blood from being his favorite film of the 21st century. So he picked There Will Be Blood. And he said something that interested me as well, is that There Will Be Blood, Black Hawk Down was so intense the first time he saw it. But I couldn't believe that he shredded him like that. Paul Dano is a pretty good actor, in my opinion. I've enjoyed him for the most part. I don't think he deserved that. But hey, it happens. And look right there, Better Tomorrow trilogy, $63.70. I really want that Wes Anderson set, but I absolutely do not have $250. The James Bond says $55. That's not a bad price. Cheers over there, not a bad price for $85 for the entire set. So we'll go over here, click on 4K, because we always like to look at that. We'll look at the release calendar, and here we are in December. Next week is the start of a big time season. We got Minority Report, Reanimator. I actually am getting the second sight Reanimator. I'm hoping to get that sometime in the next. That should actually be coming with that, because I don't think this is the second sight one. That's actually the Ignite one. Dogma next week as well. Catch Me If You Can. That was one I was gonna grab the 4K for, but I'm gonna have to wait a little while. Dogma though, all these airplanes, this is a airplane. I know Anaconda people are excited about. I'm not thrilled necessarily about that. I already have the Blu-ray, and that was already one Blu-ray too many. The Gray is one I want to grab. Nacho Libre, Awakenings. There is so much that people are going to go poor next week with all these. I'm also getting Dead at Night, Jarhead. Jesus Christ. It's just so much. I know where I'm going. 4K, Black Christmas re-release, 4K Steelbook. I forgot about freaking Southpaw. The Blue Brothers 4K Steelbook re-release with the new artwork. Heart of Darkness on 4K. I already have the Blu-ray of that. Carlito's Way 4K in a standard edition, it looks like. Kill List. American Psycho's 4K re-release. My God, next week is going to make people poor. Jesus. I feel like I'm also just reading these off, but yeah, some of these are just, I'm really excited definitely about, I don't know, you guys, Minority Report's a big one, because I've been waiting for that to get a 4K Blu-ray release for a long time. I've had my finger on the trigger on getting the Blu-ray for quite a while now. Airplane, I'll probably end up grabbing soon, but not next week. Like I said, Catch Me If You Can is one I can wait on, especially since Dogma is coming out. How do you guys feel about The Emperor's New Groove? That was one I was like, I could probably wait on that as well. Same thing Top Secret. I don't know. Awakenings, I really wanted. Same thing with the Gray, but like that was like in the B tier. Dead of Night, I'm getting also because it's a from Stone Gas Man. That is a channel director's review for the month of December. So that actually kind of plays into that as well. So it's a double win, in my opinion. I should have my Turtles 4K on Friday. I'm hoping to have mine by tomorrow so I can start it. But yeah, it's shipped out. I know it's on the way. I thought it might be here today. I'm hoping to have it here tomorrow so I can watch the first one tomorrow night, and then on Friday watch 2 and 3, and then I can shoot the review on Saturday after I get through all the special features. I'm really excited for the Ninja Turtles box set. I don't know if Mr. Smelly Potato is still in here, but I'm hoping he gets his pretty soon because that's like I think that's his favorite childhood film. Is the first TMNT. I don't know how he feels about the sequels, but I know he loves the original. I still think the original TMNT is by far the best. But hey, I'm a little nervous about rewatching the third one because I don't remember loving it. That always felt like the Return of the Jedi version, like the really kiddie down version. But hey, you know what? It's been a long time. Nostalgia could be running high. We'll have to wait and see. We'll see. Right there, you can see actually it's official release, but everyone's already got it, which is crazy. It's December 16th, same day as Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Like if you were a kid born in the 1980s, I imagine that these two releases are huge for you. Boogie Nights is another one that I'm really excited about that. I'm a little upset I missed out on the Steelbook, but hey, you know what? We get Roller Girl right there on the cover. I'm excited about that. I'm on the fence still about leaving Las Vegas. And here's the Arrow exclusive of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I actually just like the original box art. I thought that was better anyway. So I got that through Atomic. David Byrd's American Utopia. That's directed by Spike Lee. That's great. That's a great musical concert film if you're into that. Wolf of Wall Street getting a 4K Steelbook re-release. I think that's the same Steelbook that's been released. Totally awesome 80s 4K set is coming out. That's pretty cool. That's just the same. I actually have all those 4Ks. Top Gun, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Beverly Hills Cop, The Untouchables, and Trading Places. I have all those. I've reviewed every single one of those 4Ks on the channel. And Walking Tall Star and The Rock, which is I'll say that was around the same time with the Scorpion King. His early days in acting really were not the best, unfortunately, for Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm waiting on my pre-order of Battle Royale 4K. Hopefully you get that soon, Mark's Movie Menu. I'm hoping just because I just want you to get it. I want you to get it before Christmas. Again, sorry guys about me being a little stuffed up. Trying to keep the energy up. Probably take some NyQuil after this. Cloud Atlas on 4K Blu-ray. Now that's a 4K I actually really want. Sorry, I scrolled up by accident. I haven't seen that movie in a very long time. I remember liking it, but I don't remember loving it. So A Perfect Blue, that's a 4K Blu-ray that's still $70. So that's one, even though I really want that, I cannot in a bajillion years justify $70 around Christmas time. Begonia getting the 4K Blu-ray release right before Christmas is pretty cool. Also with the Steelbook option. Black Phone 1 and 2 coming out in a double pack. If I have extra money at the end of the month, I might grab those because me and Faith just watched Black Phone 1 and we both wanted to see Black Phone 2. It just didn't really work out, so we'll wait and see on that. Mr. Smelly Potato, there he is. I was wondering about his opinion. I'm excited for TMNT. I ordered the special edition for Arrow, charged me, so it should ship soon, hopefully, LOL. Yeah, usually if they charge you, that means that they gave the A-OK to package it up, so you should get that shipped to you pretty soon. If anyone deserves that, man, it's you. I know how much you love those movies, so I hopefully they get to you before next week and you get them a little bit earlier. Another one I'm excited about at the end of the month is Breakdown getting its own individual release. Babe, I have not seen this movie since childhood. I remember liking this movie a lot, but it's like, do I really need Babe and Babe Pig in the City on 4K? Same thing with the Pink Panther movies. The Pink Panther movies, I'm a little bit more like, I kind of want it. Here's one I was going to get on 4K, Student Bodies 4K. Might end up getting it for January because like it's only coming out from one studio, I believe. So it's kind of hard. It's coming out from TerraVision. It takes a lot. I think they only come out. It's like I think coming out December 12th technically, but it's not 100%. So we're gonna wait and see on that. But I might end up getting that one. It's a movie I've never seen before, but I'm interested in it also because of Stone Gasman. I'm definitely very interested in it. My mother-in-law is getting me the TMNT box set for Xmas. Wow, you have a great mother-in-law. I have a mother-in-law. I wouldn't use the word great. She 1 year got me a towel for Christmas. 1 year she got me cologne, and 1 year she got me a couple of random Family Guy episodes on DVD. When she gave it to me, it still had the $5 sticker on it. So I guess I'm not her favorite. Thanks. I can't wait to watch all the special features. I am getting. I am also getting Begonia. Did you like that movie, man? I liked it a lot, actually. I know you were interested in seeing that, and I really enjoyed that. I might actually get the 4K of that because I did think it was really good as well. I just don't know if I'll get it the day it comes out, unfortunately. Hide and Go Shriek. And then, of course, Happy Hell Night 4K. Never seen that, but getting a 4K. And then, of course, as we get into the new year, we start stretching our legs. Under Siege. Now, this one I'm really on the fence about getting on 4K. I think it's going to probably drop in price. It's $35 now. I might get it. I really might. I know I'm not a big Steven Seagal fan. Like I said, one of the biggest assholes. But Andrew Davis directed this. I think this is the year before he did The Fugitive. And The Fugitive is one of my all-time favorite films, and it's very similar in tone. It's just, and it's also got Tommy Lee Jones, and this time playing the antagonist, the villain. I just really hate Steven Seagal. Really hate it. Do you like John Campea? Yes, Stacy, I do like John Campea. And actually, I was trying to reach out to him to watch one of my videos about AMC because he's always talking about AMC. So we'll have to see. If I doubt that, but John Campea is pretty fucking cool. I've been watching him for a very long time just because he was like friends with the Schmoes back in the day. I think I told you guys I was fans of them. Used to really enjoy his kind of stuff. Don't really watch him as much anymore just because it's hard to keep up with everybody. But also coming out, like I said, never saw Bullet in the Head. I pre-ordered that. That's one of John Woo's movies as well. He was actually during my research for the Better Tomorrow movies. So his idea for A Better Tomorrow 3, I think was very kind of similar. That's why this one has a Vietnam setting, apparently. So that, when they split up John Woo, and I always forget the producer's name who ended up directing A Better Tomorrow 3. But the reason why they both have Bullet in the Head and that movie had the Vietnam settings is because those were both ideas for A Better Tomorrow. So eventually John Woo's script developed into Better Tomorrow's 4K. No, not 4K, just into the script for the 1990 film. So, but anyway, that 4K is coming out January 6th. Tron Ares. Now, they kind of got you by the balls here if you got Tron and Tron Legacy on 4K Steelbook, because look at that. They're giving you the exact same artwork. And it's nice, but I haven't seen Tron Ares yet. I've heard mixed things. Should I see it? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what you guys think. If I should see it or not. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? I don't know. Jared Leto is just also someone up in my cup of tea lately. It's getting a standard edition as well, but I mean, if you already have the Steelbooks, you probably go that way. The Mirror Cracked on 4K also that month. Dante's Peak, this got pushed again to January 13th. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable even saying it's definitely coming out on January 13th, but hey, we'll wait and see. Some people got lucky and already got that. Mimic, that's my real big one this week, even though 1408 is also coming out. So that's 2 4Ks. Evil Dead Rise, which has a Warner Brothers 4K release already, is getting the Arrow Video 4K treatment. Also, Bringing Out the Dead getting the standard 4K treatment. Excited about that. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane coming out on 4K Blu-ray as well. Am I crazy for honestly wanting that? I know it's terrible, but I kind of still want it. I don't know if you guys ever feel that way sometimes, but I kind of want it. Am I nuts? I don't know. I might grab it. Scroll down to January 20th, though. Now, this is one we talked about. This is just a standard 4K Blu-ray release of One Battle After Another, which right now is my favorite film of 2025. The Steelbook is coming out a little bit later, and that's going to have the Blu-ray with the bonus features. So that means that this is going to be a bare bones standard 4K release. I still might get it just because I kind of want to see the 4K Blu-ray. And like one thing that Paul Thomas Anderson's movies don't usually get stacked with special features. I don't think he's a big physical media guy, which is crazy because I would just expect somebody who loves movies like him and somebody who's a director just to love physical media. But even Tarantino, not the biggest physical media fan as well, it seems like. So I guess I kind of get it. And to watch getting the 4K Steelbook treatment, bringing out The Dead. That one's, what's that one? That's John Huston's movie, The Dead. I've never seen that, but I've heard interesting things. Roofman, Knockoff, The Girl Who Leaped Through Time, all getting 4K Blu-rays, all movies I haven't seen. Death of the Nile, the original Death of the Nile 4K Blu-ray. Evil Under the Sun, actually, what am I saying? Evil Under the Sun 4K, Diva 4K. So a lot of movies coming out this second week. Torso 4K. I think that already had a 4K, but that's the standard release. And Shine 4K's Digibook that got announced today. Oh, look at this. Mr. Smith. I enjoy Tron Ares, but I like anything Tron. Though I think Aaron Taylor Johnson would make a good choice for Ares instead of Jared Leto. Yeah, they really just don't understand that people have kind of moved past Jared Leto. I really think that the whole Joker thing and then the stories about him behind the scenes and sending people like all those gifts, all that weird stuff, like the be meta. Like I think it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, not just in Hollywood, but like as far as like fans' appreciation with him. Like he won an Academy Award for Dallas Buyers Club, and he was great in that movie. And there was a movie years ago where he played the killer of Jared Leto, and he was phenomenal in that role as well. And like that was where the meta thing kind of paid off because he like gained all that weight to look like the guy. And it was an okay movie. I thought it was an all right like retelling of like what happened like from the killer's point of view. Like that's what the whole movie's about. I remember reading that like he was eating like gallons of ice cream to gain the weight, and I like appreciated it at the time. This guy who's the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars, like I liked him, but I don't know. He's like really like kind of like been like he's like that. They just keep forcing him on us like through the M's. Like Morbius is just one of the worst movies that I've ever seen in my entire life. They just keep pushing Jared Leto. I was so disappointed at how fast but going to see but Steelbook sold out on Groove. They sell out all of them, like sell out immediately. Like if you're not there, like if you're not like following Twitter, like checking every hour, you miss out on these 4K Steelbook drops. And I've just kind of come to accept that the only way that I'm going to be going is pretty much standard edition. As long as we get the standard edition, sometimes we only get the Steelbook option. At least Warner Brothers, even if the standard edition isn't necessarily the best artwork, at least they always offer to us the standard option. They just don't do that, usually with the Steelbooks. For the next, should Denzel join for the next Exorcist? I mean, at least if you want to add some clout, I know the next Exorcist movie is going to feature Scarlett Johansson. I love that she's kind of like getting on board with these franchise films like Jurassic Park. Oh shit, knocking the light over. It doesn't necessarily mean that the movie's going to be better. I felt like Jurassic Park Rebirth was fine. But that's all it was. To say it's one of the better sequels is fine as well. It's just they never get close to the original one. I do want to still see that 4K because they shot it on film and it sounded great in the Dolby Theater, but I don't know if it's necessarily a movie I want to rewatch, unfortunately. So the end of January 27th, there is a lot coming out to be excited about. Like I said, Once a Thief, I got that already coming, but eventually I'm going to be pre-ordering House Party and Birth on 4K. House Party got delayed. Birth is something Jonathan Glazer directed that. That's a phenomenal film. Don't know what the Criterion's Collection's obsession with Nicole Kidman's face is, but I believe it's like the third release with the poster for the Criterion Collection is just a picture of Nicole Kidman's face. I mean, I get it. She has a beautiful face, but try some other things out. At least they didn't make that the whole thing for, Eyes Wide Shut, because like that would have been a little bit annoying. Where did Mr. William Driver say? Rebirth was okay. Pissed off they did the yeah, that was ridiculous. Pissed off how they did Rex. But why even have it that in the movie? Well, that was all just fan service. That was just for a throwback for us. I mean, that entire sequence with the raft was absolutely ridiculous. And it's just the chase sequence with the Jeep from the first one, only they put in the daytime. They had him on that freaking raft. You can even hear the score underneath is like exactly the same. It's like recreating magic is not possible. It's not the same experience. You're just trying to take what we know and love from the first one and try and carry it over to this movie. And we know what you're doing. Like you're just trying to manipulate our emotions and it doesn't really work. So I don't know. I don't know ever what they're thinking about with these kinds of things. But anyway, continuing down our list, and yeah, so we got a lot coming. The Smashing Machine on 4K from Arrow Video is pretty cool. I still haven't seen that yet, but I believe which Safdie brother did that. I know that I think Benny's the one who's going to be doing the end of the year. I know a lot of people are excited about Marty Supreme. I know I'm really excited about that. That's coming out around Christmas, starring Timothy Chalamet. I'm sure he's getting all the awards buzz for it. I'm excited to see it. That's also already got its announcements for 4K Blu-ray, so we'll be getting a Marty Supreme 4K Blu-ray release for sure. Excited to see it. Obviously a lot of critics have already gotten to see it, but I'm excited to see it myself. I don't know what you guys think. So Mark's Movie Menu said, "Have you seen Diva? Have you? It's a great French film. I got the Blu-ray from Kino Lorber long ago. Think I'll wait for the Kino 4K. So okay, so it's I've never actually seen it, but if it's something that's going to get the 4K treatment eventually, I'll probably wait and see it. I enjoy a good French film every now and again. I watched a lot of foreign films this week. I watched some movies from Hong Kong. Sentimental Value I went and saw, which is a Norwegian film from the same director who did The Worst Person in the World. If you like The Worst Person in the World, I think you're going to like this movie, but it's kind of a lot like how I felt about earlier this year with the directors who did Talk to Me, and then their latest film, it felt like the tone was just a little bit darker, where I felt like the film that they did last was, yeah, it was still dark, but it was like lighter in tone. And I just feel like that's kind of how I felt about Sentimental Value in a lot of ways, is that the tone, while being similar, like I just felt like those differences, like, being a little bit darker and not being able to get like you didn't laugh as much, even though you do laugh at this movie, you didn't laugh as much. But I can recommend Sentimental Value. So if that ever gets a physical media release, like it just feels like the classic. It's gonna get that Blu-ray sometime down the line. But hey, you never know. Maybe it'll get the 4K. I didn't think Smashing Machine would get the 4K Blu-ray treatment because of how bad that did in theaters. But it's The Rock. It's A24. It's a safety. It's gonna happen. So here's one that's interesting. At the early, it says Minority Report's 4K Steelbook. Like, what is that? Just the reprint, the Steelbook that's coming out because it's sold out already? I don't know. I think I have the Steelbook pre-ordered, but I could be wrong. I genuinely don't know if I'm being. Sometimes that does happen. I don't remember which one I pre-ordered, so I'll see when it comes with my 4K Blu-ray release of Reanimator from Second Sight. They haven't shipped yet, so I'm actually really waiting for a lot of things to arrive so I can do some reviews. Better tomorrow when I'll be editing tomorrow. So tomorrow should be a better tomorrow. Friday the 13th, part 2, getting its solo 4K Steelbook release. I feel like you kind of missed the boat releasing it, unless, no, it's not Friday the 13th, it's February 3rd. And this is the 3/10 of 4K. This is the original 310 of Yuma, not the one that came out a few years ago, directed by James Mangold. This is the original one. So I'm excited to actually see that because I haven't seen the original 310 of Yuma. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I'm excited to get my eyes on that one for the first time. Coming out February 3rd, 2026. Can't believe it's 2026. Fear, February 10th. Playtime, a movie I haven't seen. Somewhere in Time, this is starring Christopher Reeve. Did he direct this movie? But I actually have heard that this is a very good film. I've never seen it myself. The Big Heist, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, coming out right here on February 13th. Seal, Purpose. Wow, Seal. I didn't know people were that into Seal that he warranted a 4K Blu-ray release in 2025. Is he celebrating the 30th anniversary of Kim? Because, I mean, hey, actually, it would be 31 years. Oh, I'm sorry, you have to listen to that. Unfortunate that even happened. Coming out the following February 17th, that's where you got Nightcrawler, The Visitor. Oh, Double Impact. That's getting a 4K re-release, I believe. Or it's getting a US release. I'm not entirely sure, but I saw this. I forgot to talk about it. This is MVD. So if you guys are a Jean-Claude Van Damme fans, Double Impact coming your way on 4K. Like I said, I'm kind of come around on Jean-Claude Van Damme. Hasn't happened yet with Steven Seagal. Maybe Under Siege's 4K is enough to win me over. Like I said, Wrath of Man, Brotherhood of the Wolf, and then, of course, Dead Silence. Those are all getting 4K Steelbook. Those are re-releases of standard editions. I think actually, I could be wrong, but I think Brotherhood of the Wolf actually already had a 4K Steelbook release, and that's just a re-release. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. And then February 23rd, 2026, right now, just holding the date down, is Excalibur on 4K Blu-ray. Kind of excited about that at this point. But, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to grab it on day one. I'm getting a little excited because I really think it's kind of going to be in line with how Excalibur, I don't know how Conan was, but, sometime we'll wait and see. Mr. Smelly Potato, I love Double Impact. Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? Maybe I should pull the trigger. MVD, I don't imagine that'll even be that expensive. I'm kind of excited. Now we just need Maximum Risk on 4K to complete my Van Damme wish list, LOL. Hey, I hope it comes, man. I mean, I'm surprised at the amount of Van Damme we've gotten on 4K. I guess the rights to his films aren't that expensive. And, like, no one's, like, going to be like, hey, I need the rights to Double Impact, or I need the rights to Sudden Death. Like, without that, I won't have it. I won't have it. So, I don't know. It's just funny to me that it's Van Damme. I mean, he was huge back in the 90s. He really was just a big time draw. Him and Seagal, I always put them together. Excalibur should be available during the January Arrow sale. Oh, I'm being Barnes and Noble. I hope so. If it's on sale, didn't I? I got Conan for dirt cheap. I remember that, like before release. Like sometimes that happens with Arrow Video. Again, I ask, why buy directly from Arrow Video? Because like it's like you get it cheaper everywhere else but from them, and I never understood that. I would think buying from Arrow Video would be the best and safest option, but it really isn't. You have to buy their stuff from other places. But I remember getting Conan the Barbarian and Destroyer like for really cheap, and I don't know, maybe that's going to work out for Excalibur as well. I hope so. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see if it happens. So, also at the end of February, we're getting Network on 4K. Excalibur's right there as well. That's weird. It's probably coming out on the 24th. Why would it be coming out on the 23rd? That doesn't make sense that they'd both be like that. But anyway, Network, one of the best films of the 1970s. Very excited to see that. That movie still rings true. If not, it should ring true to a lot of people today. The Man Who Wasn't There. I'm always excited to get more Coen Brothers on 4K Blu-ray. That's a movie from 2001 starring Billy Bob Thornton. It's like their noir love letter film. Like, they've done other noir movies, but that's like a love letter to those noir films that's shot in black and white. It should look beautiful on 4K Blu-ray. I haven't seen that one since I was in high school, so I'm thinking about grabbing that one. But this week, like that day, there's so much coming out, and if I had to rank the movies like on that day, I think I'd put Network at 1. Probably The Man Who Wasn't There at 2, then Westworld at 3. So right now, Network is definitely the one if I'm getting one that day. True Romance is getting a re-release that day, and I can always recommend True Romance to anyone who wants to hear it, and that's a great 4K Blu-ray. I always it's one of my all-time favorite films, True Romance, and I was just talking about how, they're watching the finale to A Better Tomorrow 2 on the TV in True Romance at the very beginning of the movie. So always just thought that was a nice little Easter egg. Obviously being a Tarantino film. Now, I don't know if there's anything announced for March yet. Looks like, oh yeah, okay, so I guess that's when the Steelbook is coming out for One Battle After Another. And then this movie, I saw this kind of floating around today, Cutter's Way 4K, which is a movie I haven't seen. I do like that artwork though. So a lot coming out. What are you guys most excited for? Anything? Or you already got pre-ordered? The best Van Damme is John Woo's Hard Target. You're probably right about that. I really need to actually go give Hard Target another chance, especially since I'm on a real John Woo kick right now. And then it'll make me think, well, why doesn't Broken Arrow have a 4K Blu-ray release? I mean, John Travolta, Christian Slater. I always thought that movie. Also, they took the theme from that movie and made it Dewey's theme in Scream. So if you like Dewey's theme, it's taken right out of Broken Arrow. And John Woo is always he just always had these great scores. Like, I don't think people really can appreciate them enough. They're not edited as well when you're like in the Better Tomorrow movies, but like The Killer and Hard Boiled, edited in there phenomenally. So I'm really enjoying just going through all these John Woo films right now, and absolutely just enjoying revisiting them. So to give you guys some updates as we wrap up the show here today, unless there's other things you guys want to talk about, but I'm going to probably go make some dinner, wrap up the night, finish Stranger Things, season 5, the first 4 episodes. I've watched 3 of the 4, haven't watched the 4th episode. Going to watch that tonight. As I'm hoping, got my fingers crossed that tomorrow's TMNT day, so have that finished up. Really have enjoyed this season so far. On the 3 episodes I watched, I just cranked through the entire show from season 1 through season 4, and now just wrapping up season 5, the first 4 episodes, and then the Christmas, you get the other 3, then the finales. At the end of the month on New Year's Eve, which I don't know if I'll see it in theaters or not. Maybe, hopefully, we'll have to see. Tony Lowrider Smith, buddy, welcome back. Glad you could be here, man. But as we're wrapping up the show, I'm glad you could pop in now and say what's up. Proud to be back. I'll be back also next Wednesday again, guys, at 6:45 p.m. Eastern time. But as far as things on the horizon for the channel, in case you guys are wondering, Frank always popping in. What's up, buddy? Made it. You made it just in time again, as always, for me to sign off. Looking forward to Excalibur 4K. Looks stacked. Yeah, I figured a lot of people. I know that some people's like holy grail was Excalibur on 4K Blu-ray. I like I said, like I haven't seen it in a long time, so maybe I'll get excited as it gets closer to release, and if it's on sale, it'll make it easier. But it's just making me want to rewatch Conan the Barbarian. If I'm being honest, I just think like Conan the Barbarian. This checks a lot of personal boxes. The production design is beautiful. I could just James Earl Jones and Arnold Schwarzenegger, I love him. A camel getting punched in the face, like what more can you ask for? Need Carmella to come back now. I don't know if she will. I think she's happy. Thanks for the great live cast. Bye, man. Yeah, bye, buddy. Thanks for popping in here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Again, as you hear the sirens in the background, not common for the area. Don't know why it's doing that. Hopefully, everyone's okay. Yeah, that's weird. So anyway, coming up on the channel on Friday, you have every movie that I saw in November ranked from worst to first. One of my favorite videos to make every single month. Yeah, absolutely. My sister-in-law Carmel's happiness is most important. I agree. And she's got to deal with family and everything as well. Take care, John. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, Ben Rondo. Have a good one. John No Juggalo. Have a nice evening, John. Tell Faith we miss her. Faith says hi. She always wants me to say hi to you guys. AMC is coming for you. I'm sure they are, and I don't know. I keep tagging them in these things. Like I'm trying to poke them. I want to have a dialogue. Good night, buddy. Goodbye. Thanks, Mr. Smelly Potato. Have a good one. Miss her though. I understand. I tell her. Bruce. Have a good night, man. And yeah, you know what, guys? I really appreciate everyone popping in here saying good night. I just really appreciate all you guys. You guys are all the best. You guys are tell Faith. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. It really always humbles me every Wednesday to see how many people just show up in here. I try and be thankful and grateful and show my gratitude to you guys because I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here with me. It means the world to me. I'll be back next Wednesday to do it all over again. I'll have some videos to hold you guys over. I love Faith called your ass a Karen. She's such a bitch, ain't she, Faith? That's just how she is. That's how she treats her husband, man. I'm always late. It's all right. Faith. That's what she thinks of me. She's never afraid to call me out online and just embarrass me in front of the world. Her own husband. I would never do that to her. All the love I've shown her. Well, shows who wears the pants at the house, I guess. Well, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoy some of the videos along the line. You'll have 2 trilogy reviews coming up. A Better Tomorrow trilogy 4K Blu-ray review and the TMNT trilogy 4K Blu-ray review, all before next Wednesday's live stream. So enjoy yourselves, guys. Have a great night. Be safe out there, and I'll be seeing you around.